Hello, how are you doing out there today? Remo back. We are out on my new Snowrunner mod map, which is the Schaller Mountains. This is going to be the 4th map in the Highway Haulin 3 region, which I am going to start working on very soon. Good news right now is I've got the map fully uploaded as a test version for my membership to start kind of plugging away at over the next little bit here, make sure everything works. I'm also going to be doing some testing as well. I already found a few issues when I started to do this mission, which is actually we're going to go up and do a recovery mission, and it's going to be picking up a little a truck and a trailer to come back. We have the Freight Lion today, which is an iceberg mod. And I'm going to be using a John Hot Rod, the F350, for the trailer delivery. They're going to different places. There's a few ways to get up here. Right now we're going to be taking the off-road way, which more of a test. I've had a copy of the map up for a week or two, and a couple of my members have been out on it and let me know of a few things we wanted to change. So I've actually been, well, you can see one of my waterfalls. I've put a lot of time into trying to make these things look as real as possible. The game, again, doesn't do waterfalls super well, but bear with me. I think I got them all pretty decent, but I've been playing around a lot with the mud depth. Now, this section of the map was built as Aftershock 2. It's just something I had a lot of plans. The cargo system kind of changed a bit back when I was making this years ago, and I never got back to it. It kind of ruined some of the mission ideas I had, and so we've rekindled this map into the Highway Haulin 3 region. Now, like I said, this was built with a little bit too much mud because it was a different kind of focus on the map. So I've been kind of working my way through some of these trails and making it more reasonable. I have vanilla tires on this truck. The traction is around 3 for mud, which is about what you're going to see with a vanilla tire in game. So to give you a pretty accurate idea of what a vanilla truck with a good set of tires would do, I'm going to be doing some running around with vanilla vehicles just to make sure, because again, the Highway Haulin regions need to be friendly for all kinds of vehicles. There's like going to be so many different kind of missions when these 4 maps get put together, all on road, half on, half off. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just like, I'm thinking 100 missions is probably about where it's going to top out. There's going to be tons of recoveries, and you're going to use every truck in the game if you really want. There should be a place for everything, or a mission to use every little vehicle. And I'm really going to have to go through all the maps and make sure I don't give you like 10 load stars for recoveries, because I got them on most maps. Now, one drawback, it seems, and I've used them in the Wellbore Marshes map, I can use DLC vehicles for recoveries. I just have to make them destroyed when you finish the mission. I'm not allowed to give those out as a reward, so there's a give and take on that. So I may sneak a few of those in, but I do like giving you the vehicle when you go through a recovery. There's going to be 7 vehicle recoveries on this map in the single map version, and I don't know how everyone plays, but I would assume that the vehicle recoveries are something you may want to look at early if you're doing especially a hard mode playthrough, which this map will be compatible with. I'm going to be adding in the parts buying area and the fuel pricing. And I know a lot of folks like to play through the maps with the trucks in game, and I do put some thought into what I leave on the map so you can do the different missions. Basically, I should have a pretty good variety of what you need to get these missions done. And I've set up all the recovery missions as their own tasks, so you're going to have to go out and find them, and kind of fun that way. I do a little bit of both. The region I would expect will probably be mostly contracts, but they'll be each individual ones, so you don't have to go find the task giver zone is what it's called in the editor. You'll have them all listed and you can get them done that way. At this point, I think I have 19 missions in total, 7 of them being, or 6 of them are recovery missions. Some of the recoveries have like cargo deliveries in them too. Trailer delivery on this one, and there's a mission that has 2 vehicle recoveries in one. So there's lots of fun that way. It should get you between the watch points, recoveries, and the missions. You should pretty much travel every road at least once. And there's a lot of different shortcuts around that you can kind of work your way through as you explore. And overall, this mud's not looking too bad. I'm trying to keep the mud kind of deep, but not really thick. I don't want it to be pull your hair out winch fest all the way up and down these hills, but I do want it to be a challenge. This is a pretty tough little trail. You wouldn't want to pull a trailer too much up this. And you'll see when we get up here, we're going to take a shorter way out to the road and do a bit of road hauling as well. But as soon as this thing releases, which is going to be this week sometime, I'm going to be full mode on the region, which is going to be quite a task to get everything all put together. Just kind of thinking back to the Middlebrook build, which I think I started all this like last October, November, so we're months into this. And I'm going to have to kind of rekindle some of my old notes and ideas. And, you know, just the other day I remembered that there's airports on the first 2 Timber Creek and Middlebrook maps, so maybe I can work it into these other maps. There's just things that have escaped my mind, which is why I've mentioned before, like the region is going to be, it's not going to be drastically different, the worlds, but there probably will be some stuff changed, and some pickup cargo areas that are in these single map versions that don't even exist or are repurposed for something else in the region version, because a lot of the cargo is going to be spread out more. There's going to be crafting, which can be used as building some of these cargoes you're going to have to build, plus used as a storage warehouse on the different maps, because there will be things you can only get from Middlebrook and things you can only get from Timber Creek, and you'll have to do that. So, you know, if you need one service part, maybe you bring 8 of them on a high saddle trailer over and store them somewhere so you have those on the different maps. So I'm going to really try to incorporate that kind of thought into the region. And then keep in mind, like when I build it, ultimately I want you to be heading over to do a mission to complete something on Middlebrook, and then when you get all the way over to Wellbore, there's another blocker, or, you know, I'm trying to distract you, and hopefully you get kind of lost in the different missions in the different maps. And, you know, it's just trying to create something that isn't just an A to B experience, but an actual world where you're going to kind of build around and build it up as you go. And as usual, there's a bunch of houses and camping areas and all sorts of stuff like that for RP. So just trying to cover all the bases to make these highway hauling regions especially such a fun and long-lasting experience. Like, this is going to take a lot of hours to do the region. And again, I know there's a lot of folks that haven't touched any of the single maps that are waiting for the whole region to release before you get out and play, which I totally get. I mean, the missions are going to be quite a bit different, but the worlds aren't going to change much. So if you're just kind of watching what I put up and you want to save the whole experience, it is I wish I could experience that myself, because the 4 maps together are going to be quite a trip. They're all pretty different, but similar. So I don't know. I'm really looking forward to getting this thing finally finished up and out. I would expect I'm going to be most of a month organizing the region, and I'm just going to wait till all 4 maps are together to release it. Really, I'll keep some progress. I'll give you guys some updates and maybe some videos of some of the missions I'm putting together. And I'm not even totally sure how I'm going to stack the maps. I'm thinking we're going to have one gateway to go over to Timber Creek. And I would expect, right now I'm leaning towards hooking the Wellbore Marshes to the other side of Timber Creek. So that's like a 3 map haul to get stuff that way. And then I'm going to have this one connected to where the warehouse that you can go inside on Middlebrook. It's going to be connected up the hill up there, which I'll probably make the map keep going uphill on the way out of the gateway that way. So let me know what you think, if there's any preferences you have. And again, I'm going to open up the testing stuff. I'm going to rearrange my membership stuff. I didn't know what I was doing when I started it up, and just reading through it, if I delete levels, it'll kick those members out. So I want to give access to all the membership levels to do testing with the maps and stuff. I know there's people that really enjoy it, and you guys notice so much more than I do. I don't know why I miss things, but I guess I'm so involved in the whole world. I'm looking at different stuff, but I'm going to go through and do a little reorganizing of the perks on that, and I just find I don't have as much time as I thought I could spare to doing extra stuff for the membership, so I apologize so much to any of you guys. I feel like I'm letting you down sometimes. I'm doing as much as I can, and I know most of it is about putting out these awesome worlds and working all of our ideas in. So I just thank you so much, guys, for supporting me and keeping me going. And I love doing this stuff. I'm gonna do it either way, but it does help out. We all know what the world's like right now. So anyways, I'm gonna let you finish off this video if you're so inclined. I appreciate so much the support and watching and giving me these ideas and keeping this SnowRunner thing going. I have a lot of fun doing. I couldn't even imagine not having this as a hobby. So looking forward to what comes next here with the region coming up. Everyone, you have a good day out there, and we'll talk to you again real soon.